Hello, how are you doing today? I am here to discuss the humanities and the arts and investing in that type of education and really just respecting it and giving people a break that choose to study those fields. Now, this is what brought this on. Tina Turner, she is honored in her hometown of Nutbush, Tennessee, by a statue. And the statue isn't very good. It's being made fun of. It's making the rounds on social media, and people are complaining about it. I think it's fair. It looks like a Simpsons character to me. The artist did not do a very good job, and I do not know why that artwork was approved, honestly. A few years ago, a statue of Dwayne Wade debuted in Miami, Florida. Again, I think the Dwayne Wade statue is better than the Tina Turner statue, but it's not very good. Honestly, it just looks a little bit off. And that's in Miami, Florida. In Portugal, at the airport named after Cristiano Ronaldo, there is a sculpture of him, and it does not look right. It's just, again, not very good, and it made the rounds on social media, and it's being complained about, and it hurt the artist's feelings quite a bit. So let's see, some good artwork. Ed Reed is a football player. He's in the Hall of Fame. I recall his bust being debuted at the NFL Hall of Fame, and it's excellent. Very detailed, very lifelike looking. It's excellent work. The artist's name is Blair Boswell, and he went to Utah State and BYU. He studied illustration and art education, and he got a scholarship with a special emphasis in culture. And he lives out west, and he has done many public works of art. So he did a good one there. So let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, David Allen Clark. He created a statue of Thurgood Marshall that recently debuted in Columbia, Tennessee. Thurgood Marshall has some ties to that town, and I'm going to go ahead and attach a story about that to this video here. Anyway, that artist, he has a BFA from NSCAD, Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. Here's the thing, though, about, let's see, David Clark and Blair Boswell. Sorry, I have to take notes. I would never, ever remember all of those names. These are older gentlemen. Blair Boswell is in his late 60s. David Clark, he looks like he is about the same age. And, I mean, these are older gentlemen. And the later statues have been kind of made fun of. Now, the guy who made the statue in and put it in Times Square of the black lady that people were making fun of, I mean, that was a good statue, I think. I mean, the artwork was solid. He is from Europe. And the other guy who made the Cristiano Ronaldo statue at the stadium, I don't exactly know where he's from. I'm just going to go ahead and assume he is from Spain. But the man who made the statue in Times Square, he's a young man. I don't know how old the other one is. My point is that these older gentlemen that made these public works of art, they were invested in, and they had opportunities for their artistic talents and gifts. And now we're in a time where people that have those kind of talents, they're almost being made fun of. And there's so many people on the internet, and it's just almost becoming a part of American culture to just say, hey, don't go to college unless you're going to study a STEM field. or choose a trade if you don't want to go into a STEM field. And I just really feel like that's unfortunate. And I mean, we need people in the trades, we need people in STEM fields, of course, but to tell everyone that they need to go in that direction, that's going to create a deficit in society. And I think that we're already seeing it. And hey, unless you want to have really kind of goofy looking sculptures that look like Simpson characters, then invest in the arts and stop telling young people that they need to, choose STEM fields. And honestly, I believe that that's how we end up with all these nightmare nurses. There are several stories in the news about nightmare nurses and nightmare doctors. And it's because people are told that they need to go do that in order to be able to make a solid and respectable living. And I really feel like we're all doing ourselves a disservice on every level. So, yeah, I think that that's all that I had to say about that. Just respect people and their pursuits. I mean, I went to school for the kind of degrees that people kind of look down on, honestly. But I honestly have no regrets. But I don't think I would have been a nightmare nurse, but I don't think I would have been a great nurse either. It would not have been my cup of tea by any means, and I do not have the kind of talent to go be an engineer or something of that nature, and there is absolutely no in the heck that I'm going to go out and work construction. So, yeah. And as a person who did study things like liberal arts and the humanities, hey, I did my time. I worked at the mall and in restaurants for years with a degree and actually several degrees. So, I mean, it is what it is. Just give people a break. And I just want to encourage people just to follow your heart. And I agree that there really isn't, unfortunately, a lot of space or a lot of respect in the economy for people who go into the humanities, the arts, the liberal arts, etc. But again, I've said it before on this channel, just don't go to a college that costs like, $50,000 a year or something like that, unless you have a scholarship or you have parents that can just like write a check for it, or you're able to generate that kind of income yourself to pay for it. Just go to maybe a school that's a little bit more low key and won't put you in as much debt. So anyway, that's all I have to say. I still believe in following your heart, and even if you get a liberal arts degree or something of that nature, and you work in a field that may not have been part of your plan, still remember that that individual has developed their mind, and they have become educated. And a lot of people that make history and make a lot of change in the world are people who study liberal arts and humanities. And also remember that, and I'm a firm believer that artists have the ability to really make a difference through their creativity, regardless of their medium. Art is a very powerful medium, so I do not think that we should allow people to, talk us out of that and talk us out of developing that kind of talent and that kind of, or pursuing that type of education. So, anyway, that is all I had to say there. Give people who study the humanities and the liberal arts a break. You're gonna miss it if there's a big vacuum created in society because no one wants to go into those fields. People are already seeing it. They don't know it, but they're already seeing it. Another thing is architecture. Have you noticed that new apartment buildings just all pretty much look like dumpsters? Really, they may be luxury apartments, but they really all just look like, or like shipping containers that you would see on a dock. I follow fashion a little bit. New York Fashion Week is said to have been a little bit drab this year, which might be a good thing because fashion design has been kind of messy the last few years. It's terrible, and I'm going to make a video soon about fashion. I've been wanting to do that since the MTV Music Awards, which I was not impressed by the fashion at all. But anyway, that's all I had to say. Let me get off of here. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Bye.